G'day, this is the Inner Chief Podcast, episode 342. I am your host, Greg Layton, founder of Chief Maker and the Council of Chiefs, and I believe there is a great chief in all of us, and that through listening to the stories, strategies and techniques of great CEOs, each of you can find and leave your own legacy through your work. The Inner Chief Podcast is where you will learn how to think and make moves like a CEO. For over a decade, I've helped CEOs and senior executives around the world boldly lead change, inspire their people, and leave a legacy. So every 2 weeks, I'll bring a deep diving interview with one of these CEOs or another one of a mid to large organisation so you can find your own path to greatness as an executive. Today, we continue our Minisode series on how to think like a CEO. And today we're talking about how CEOs think about networking. Chief, this is such an important topic. If you recall, we've spoken a lot about how to be promoted faster in the corporate world or in any business. And our formula is promotion speed equals track record to the power of network. So we have to build that track record. If we have no track record, then obviously the size of our network doesn't matter. But if we have a good track record, the power of that network will make an enormous difference. So what I want to talk to you today is 5 principles that CEOs use. This is how they think about networking. It's how to get your network to work for you when you're not in the room. We spoke last episode on how CEOs think about personal branding. Remember, your reputation, your personal brand is what people say about you or are thinking about you before you enter the room. Now what we want to know is how do we leverage that network? So when we have a great reputation, when we have a good personal brand, how do we get the network to work for us? And how to get your network to think of you first when they have a problem. If you get this right, Chief, you'll get more opportunities. Your work will be easier because you're about to leverage the power of other people inside and outside of the business, have a more enjoyable career, which means you'll be healthier, fitter. You'll get promoted faster. You'll definitely get better results. And you know what? It just makes business so much more fun when you can do it with a group of people, a broad network of fantastic people. Now, when I talk about network, I mean like your entourage. We speak about entourage in Chief Maker. It's other people at the same level in the business. It's more senior executives, stakeholders, board members, suppliers, clients, external trusted advisors that you can call upon, former colleagues, people that are there for you, right? Here are the 5 key principles. Number 1, never think about your network about purely what you can get out of it. You must think about initially, what can I give it? This happens to a lot of salespeople. They think it's a real difficult thing to make a phone call to someone and try and make a sale. And it's the wrong way around, because what you're really trying to do in business is help someone. And that might be with your product or your service or what you're looking to achieve, or it might not be, right? You've got to think of it, it's sort of like a garden, right? And if you don't give to the garden, if you don't water it, if you don't get rid of the bugs, if you don't do the weeding, you don't spend time in the garden, you'll get nothing out of it. A farmer spends all their life tending to their crops, tending to their stock. We have to do this in a sort of similar way, right? Because without us, the network will be stagnant. So you have to think about, hey, what can I give to my network to help my network grow and be better? If all the people in your network are being promoted, are doing great business deals, are leading fantastic change, and you're associated with them and you've actually maybe helped them do some of that, then you're going to be in a wonderful position. As they grow and they expand and they have great careers, so will you. But if everyone in your network is stalled, and no one is growing and no one is leading change because you haven't done anything to help them, then guess what? Bad luck. And that requires a real abundance mentality. You have to give generously and really know that the world will give back to you in one way or another. You can't count the cost at this point. Like, I have given so much to my network over so many years. And what is really fascinating is normally I get paid back in ways I never expected, never knew about. Someone has a conversation with someone when I'm nowhere nearby, and then I get a random phone call out of the blue. Hi, someone said this. Hey, I just want to have a chat to you about what you do there at Chief Maker. And I'm like, wow, this is wonderful. Right, so that's number one. Always be thinking about what you can give to your network instead of what it will give to you. Next is you have to earn the right to be the problem solver in your network. So important in professional services, so important when you're in any kind of senior role, because when your client, it might be your boss, it might be an internal kind of client like your boss, senior stakeholder, board member. It could be an external client like an actual company, a customer of the company. You want them to be thinking when they have a problem, who should I call? And you want to be the first person they think of. Because, Chief, if they're not thinking of you, they're thinking of someone else. And they're making that call and someone else is solving that problem, right? So we have to be thinking, how do I become a really valuable problem solver? Okay? That's not just, this is more than just giving now. This is being the person that somebody calls when they have a problem. So that's number two. When they call you, right, that's when you double down, you go to the extra mile. And if you don't know the answer, that's fine, Chief. You reconnect them to someone else. Okay? Because this leads me to point number three. Your network is your network's network. Right? I had somebody call me just today to ask me about salary rates or what they're worth in the market. I said, you know what? This is not my point of expertise, but I'll send you to someone who can. I solved their problem, not directly, but I did. And what's more, I also helped out someone else who knows a bit about this. What are they going to do later in the future? Maybe, and I don't care if they don't, but maybe they'll contact me with someone who wants to be a better executive and get to the top and lead a business to a new level, right? So your network is your network's network. When you're problem solving, always leverage that. Be calling the person out there who might be able to solve a problem, right? When you're stuck at work and you're thinking, hey, I don't know how to lead this. Okay, it's this transformational piece, or there's a new product I'm looking at. I'm not sure which CRM to pick or which new technology to use, or I've got a difficulty with someone in my team. Call someone who is your problem solver. You've probably got one, right? Someone who you share your career with. Call them, and if they don't know, ask them if they know someone, right? Don't be stuck within where you are now. Leverage the power of your network or your broader community, right? Now, listen, never forget that track record earns you a network. If you are out there and you are working so hard to have people talk to you and you're expending huge amounts of energy, perhaps what you need to do is actually withdraw a bit and spend a bit more time on your track record and your reputation. Go back to the previous episode 341 on that. Because when you've got a track record and you've built all the trust elements, likable, capable, and reliable, when you have all that at your disposal, you actually become more magnetic. People go, hey, there is someone who I can rely upon to do a great job. That is a great chief. It's a really great track record that they've got going there. And because of that, I'm happy to go to them again and again. And then when you're in the room and someone else says, hey, does anybody know someone who can do this? You get called upon straight away. They're talking about you when you're not in the room. They're working for you when you're not in the room. And that is the power of having a great network with ambassadors. At Chief Maker, we get the vast majority of our business from clients we have worked with prior who then refer new clients to us. Okay? Most professional services businesses are like that, but we in particular, that's how we get most of our business. And it would be how you get most of the new opportunities at work, maybe new promotions, right? It might be how you get new business deals if you're in a senior role or a CEO role. People come to you, right, because you can do a great job again and again and again, right? Now, Chief, one of the most important things, and this is a bit underrated, a lot of people actually, if you've done a lot for them, I had to learn this, right? Because we end up giving out a lot at Chief Maker. We do a lot of stuff to help our clients out. Sometimes they want to pay you back, right? And so if all you ever do is give, and there's one or two, I'm just talking about a relationship with one person here, and all you ever do is give, they start to feel like the relationship is out of balance. And actually, that's not how relationships should work in business. What they want to do at some point is to give back to you, right? So one way to help them do that is to every now and then ask them for their advice. If you've given a lot to someone, don't ever be afraid then to say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to call this person and ask for their help, for their advice, for a favor. If you're a trusted advisor for them, you're someone they go to, right? That really amazing and important sounding board. Give them the gift of being that for you, or give them the gift of opening a door for you, right? That creates even higher levels of trust. It's a far better and healthier relationship than one where they're just taking, because in the end, if they just keep taking and keep receiving, they will stop calling. They'll feel like they're a burden. So you have to leverage or level that relationship up. And a great network is not one way. It's two way. So you have to allow those opportunities, or when people want to help you out and refer you, you have to allow that to come and just demonstrate your gratefulness and your thankfulness. So Chief, that is 5 ways that CEOs think about networking. And we have a wonderful download. If you're struggling to influence and gain that trust of really senior stakeholders in the business, we have a great PDF for you to download. It's a really awesome guide on how to influence stakeholders. Go to chiefmaker.com/stakeholders. That's there for you to check out. Righto, Chief. As always, remember to stay epic. Chief, we have all the details at chiefmaker.com/342. Or just check it out on YouTube. Go to chiefmaker.com/YouTube. Now, Chief, do you want to take your game to a new level, or that of your people? Our mini MBA in leading high performance teams now has the highest NPS of any mini MBA style program in Australia at 91. Why? Because when you do the program, you get immediate and tangible performance improvement. You get dedicated time working on the business as opposed to away from it. We have a practical, real-world approach where we teach frameworks that you implement in your business as we go, and then you share and learn with your peers and with me as your coach. So the cost benefit is immediate, right? The weekly coaching sessions are live and you get a chance to ask questions direct to me and of your peers, and the time management is completely achievable because you're only spending a couple of hours a week on this at max, and those 2 hours are actually working on the business. So if you want to add something that really changes your game, that helps you become a real master of transformation and change, and to inspire your people and love your job, check out chiefmaker.com/mini MBA. And if you'd like to stay in touch with Chiefmaker, just go to chiefmaker.com/subscribe. Now, Chief, if you're yet to rate the episode and subscribe, I hope you'll do so soon. It helps others see the magnificent value that the chiefs and gurus on the show bring to their life and career. So make sure you hit subscribe on your podcast app now, give it a 5-star rating if you think it's worthy, and leave a short review about your favourite episode. Righto, Chief. As always, remember to stay epic.